Thank you for your interest in DCS clustering and the Dopamine-Angiotensin KEGG Contingency by Brian Westwood, Lilia Yamalayeva, and Rongchet. This study is a framework constructed using the classification structure of the Kyoto Encyclopedia of Genes and Genomes molecular network database, evaluated with the consensus path database overrepresentation analysis using 20 SwissProt keyword search starting sets. Iterative RL-Ori-Matara DCS clustering yields 3 clear count domains and 2 singleton searches for the 3,309 proteins from the 20 SwissProt keyword searches. Briefly, the upper cluster of a matrix was determined by sorting the totals of each variable column, then repeating on remaining extra cluster submatrix. On the left indexed map, columns are keyword searches, rows are individual proteins, black cell equals membership. On the right is a binary count for the keyword search group membership organized by cluster groups, and a ternary diagram of the layout of the 7 cluster groups. The 7 CPDB searches of the 3,309 proteins yielded a primary output of 137 KEGG pathways with 1,991 genes. Area under the curve of receiver operating characteristic curves and precision recall F measures were calculated for the neighborhoods 1 through 5 for these 51 KEGG pathways and 1,045 genes with 4 or more angiotensin or renin RAS SwissProt search proteins or genes with 4 or more dopamine or dopaminergic DA proteins or genes in each pathway. Indexing for KEGG pathway map masking is RAS-associated genes gray, RAS genes yellow, DA genes magenta, DA-associated genes cyan. For each neighborhood 1 through 5 surrounding RAS nodes, pathways through edges were examined for DA node proximity. If the path contained only DA-associated and/or RAS-associated nodes, the RAS node was marked with a blue cross, true positive, for in, or a cyan cross, false negative, for out, of the neighborhood being examined. If the contiguous path contained nodes other than RAS-associated or DA-associated, denoted by pale green, the yellow node was marked with a black cross, false positive, for in, or a gray cross, true negative, for out of the neighborhood being examined. The scoring and indexing is based on a previous work developed to define the reach of the microbiome outside of the host transcriptome using KEGG orthology and KEGG reference pathway maps. The 51 KEGG pathways in the table are color-coded for all FAUC3, specifically FAUC 0.7-3, which is a maximum AUC or F measure at least 0.7 and 3 true positive nodes. Text is blue for FAUC of 1, orange for FAUC of at least 0.85, and gray for FAUC of at least 0.7. Of the 25 bolded FAUC 0.85-5 pathways, there were 160 proteins in at least 4 KEGG pathways, KP. The contingency testing shown in the 25 FAUC 0.85-5 GIF images as referenced in the cycling first, second, third, fourth, and fifth neighborhoods and unmasked KEGG output as graphical representation of the exact FAUC ROC analysis procedures. This framework ties the RAS and DA systems using targeted SwissProt curated database search output membership in KEGG networks by implementing CBDB, resulting in an enriched dataset with balanced representation from RAS, RAS-associated, DA, and DA-associated proteins for further analysis.